That should be better. Okay. Let me hear. Let me hear. Do you guys hear? Do you hear music in the? Do you guys hear in the stream? Do you hear music in the? Because I watched the replay. And I did not hear it. So you tell me, do you guys hear any music? I'll ask in a little bit then. You do hear music? Okay, great. Awesome. Fabulous. So today's just gonna be really chill. Oh, thank you. It's so old. The person who commissioned this has been waiting for a really long time, so I'm gonna be fixing stuff as I go through it. Because it's like been so long that I got better at drawing since they ordered it. So I'll just go ahead and polish it here and there. But yeah, I'm just gonna grind away at these lines here. Maybe we'll think of some conversation topics. And if you guys think of questions to ask me, like, go ahead. I didn't bring like a bulletin list of coffee topics today. Actually just looks lumpy. Just round that out. Decide how I like the look of that later. I think I'm gonna, yeah, declare this pretty done. This leg. Just the leg. Is that a leg clipping through the armor? I bet it is. Which means I have to address it. Fun. It's fine. We can do that. So are these chests the same on Zenogre? Because I know that these boots are different. So which medal is she wearing? She's wearing this waist too. And then this has a black diamond. This is a silver diamond, so I assume she's wearing this chest. Although they look pretty similar. Foot Guy 99 has entered the chat. Foot Guy. And then for arms. It's so hard to see this shit. But the arms look pretty furry, so I'm gonna assume it's also... I think this is the beta set? It looks like one, so... Can't see the light, so I can't sneeze. I shot myself in the foot. Okay, so that's fine. And if I don't think I'm going to be needing this set, I'll turn it off. I'm sorry. Turn that off for now. Is this like... It is adjust by speed, so... Yeah. You okay, Bo? Do you hear my dog panting in the background? No, I think that's too quiet to hear. Okay. So what is going on with you guys today? Anything good happen? Oops. Everything good? Good. No news is good news. Everything good today. I'm gonna work a little more on Tigrex after this stream. Didn't get as much done today on him as I wanted to. I would love to finish this. I don't think I'm gonna finish it today, but getting this done will be a huge burden lifted off of my shoulders. Just because I've had it on my plate for so long. It lives rent-free in my head. Which is no good. Don't want that at all. I can do it? Yeah, I can do it. We're gonna do it. These are actually pretty sharp. They're not thick at the end. I can't tell how they connect under, but it's not a super important detail. There's like a little fringe there. Pull that out a little more. You guys watching anything good right now? Any good shows? Movies. I have like no anime to watch right now. All the stuff I was really into is taking a break. A little production break. I know Demon Slayer had a new trailer, I haven't seen it yet. Which is shame on me. That's the one I wanted to come back. watching the new Trigun. Any Trigun fans here? I'm watching Trigun Stampede, but I don't like it that much. Like every week I watch it and I feel gaslit about old Trigun, so I go back and I watch old Trigun. So now like my regular weekly show is old Trigun. And I don't think Trigun Stampede is bad or anything. It's just I don't like the show's direction and writing. The animation is spectacular. Like that alone wins at a lot of points. You love it? Well, that's good. They want people to love it. But just like what I liked about old Trigun was like how it was funny and it was slapstick. And they were always having new adventures in a different place every week, and the characters were a lot of fun. And Trigun Stampede is so heavy and mopey. And I'm a fan of Studio Orange. I really liked Beastars. But I didn't read the Beastars manga or anything like that, so now I feel like I have to go back and see if the Beastars manga is anything like the anime, or if it has the same like heavy tone that Stampede has. If that's just like a Studio Orange thing. I just want to know. Because I'm like, Trigun wasn't like this. Like Vash wasn't crying in every episode. And I miss when he was like flirty and goofy, and just none of that is there. Yeah, I miss old Trigun. I miss everything about old Trigun. I miss how, like, I don't know. Like, the direction of Stampede is so weird. It's so weird. It's like, it's kind of paceless. You know, it opens with that big, like, spaceship explosion. And they're not sneaky about the thing with his brother, which I feel like kind of takes like the villain's presence away from the world, right? That they have him just like out in the open, and they had him out in like episode 4, which is so early to have that kind of thing. I feel like they're just sort of taking like all of these big things and just like pulling the rug out from underneath and be like, it's here now, it's here now. There's absolutely no mystery, there's no intrigue, there's no interaction with this where it's just there. And the fact that they kept that mad scientist dad and his son alive for so many episodes and then like killed them out of nowhere felt really, I don't know, it kind of feels like things are just happening and they don't have a whole lot of narrative purpose to the timing of it, which irks me a little bit. But the show is like so watchable that I think a lot of people aren't gonna notice or care, because it's really nice to look at. Or like Wolfwood? Wolfwood wasn't anything like that before. And he just showed up. He was already in the car when the episode started. They didn't even find him anywhere. There were no circumstances of that. It's just like, he's just here now. It's like, that would have been fun to see them pick him up, but they didn't. He's just here now. And, it used to be that you saw way more of No Man's Land. Like, the next episode would start and they would just be somewhere else, but he was in that first town for ages. He was there for ages, and then everyone died, so that you were supposed to feel bad that he couldn't save them. But, you know, by the time that everyone died, you didn't like anyone in that town because they kept trying to fuck over Vash. So you kind of don't feel that bad for them. Like, they did it in the wrong order. Oops. And they were just in that town forever. And because they front-loaded their villains, it makes it feel like there's literally never a point in time where people aren't trying to steal the plant from a town. Like, there's literally never been a break where they weren't defending their town from crazy people who walk in. They had, like, a queue of them. And, you'd think that if it happened that often, they would have, like, I don't know, more security, they would have more measures in place, they would have more lookouts. In the first episode, that altercation that Vash has with, like, the cops, and that guy just, like, unloads rocket launchers and grenades on the entire town, he just gets away. He just leaves. He gets deleted from the episode, and then he's gone. And no one talks about it. No one's like, oh, we let that guy get away. He's just gone. We just needed bullets to fall from the sky so that we could have that cool visual. It feels like a... And I know that Trigun was never, like, the most expertly written piece of media ever, but it feels like a step backwards for sure. Because everyone feels less like a person, there's less charm, because it's so brooding and heavy, and things just appear to happen. Yeah! And he's just like, oh, I need bullets. Does anyone have a bullet? And he had been friends with everyone before. And also, I feel like if you're Vash, and these guys are like hunting you with this kind of frequency, you wouldn't ever stop in town. You would leave as soon as possible. So that narrative like fights itself. Because he loves people so much. But the way that people are going after him and the way that Knives is like so aware of his presence and they follow each other, it makes it look like he's actively endangering people kind of on purpose. Because yes, he's a tragic hero. He is being hunted. He has this thing that he has to do, and people get in the way and then they get hurt, but it wasn't so at the focus in the old Trigun. It made more sense. Like, people didn't know exactly who he was at any given moment. That's how we got away with having more adventures. It makes less sense, and then I think about it more, and then I'm taken out of enjoying it into, like, questioning it more. And if it were, like, really, really fun, I wouldn't mind, because you automatically forgive things happening in a comedy more, which is what old Trigun was. But now I'm just like, oh, everyone's always, like, crying and being like, this is what happens, this is the life and death cycle. And it's just like, can we have some levity? Yeah, the tone is not the same. That's the essence that you can't explain, is that it doesn't have the tone that the original show had. The animation is spectacular. I have done 3D animation, and I can't tell you how hard it is to get that kind of, like, lighthearted and smooth and 2D animation feel in a 3D model. It's very difficult to do. Like, major props to the animators, but it's not enough. IMO. It's not enough for me personally, I should say that. I want a little more, like, thought put into the story that the animation is servicing. Because, like, I'm looking at it from a point of view where I could be that person putting in that 50 hours, 60, 70, 80 hours of work a week. I want to be working on a story that makes sense. You know, I want all the pieces to be there, because, like, animation's got the hardest job. I was working on a game once where we were, the art team was really butting heads with the writers a lot, and the writers were very young and inexperienced writers, and they did not understand game development at all. And they were pretty pushy with what they wanted, and we were trying to, like, it was getting really heated, so we were trying to be like, hey, everyone get along, and then one of the guys aiming to be a lead writer was like, writing is the toughest job. And I was like, get him out of here! Writing is the toughest job. On a mobile game, get out of here. No, you don't. Like, no, like, people are skipping the cutscenes in a mobile game. Are you kidding? Nah, bro. I should probably make that gruffer looking. Here, that looks a little better. Does Vash's new haircut bother you, or do you like it? It grew on me, but then, after last week's episode, I went back to watch old Trigun, and they immediately had an episode where he had his hair down, and I thought, he looks so cute, and he looks so pro-taggy like that. Why didn't they do that? Because, like, one of the reasons his hair sticks straight up is A, they wanted to make it more accessible to a younger audience, and B, it's hard to animate hair that is sticking straight up in the air and make it look good. And make it look like hair. Instead of, like, you know, like Play-Doh flapping in the wind. Or make it look like crunchy, like straw. And that's distracting. But he looked really cute with his hair down. Like, that mangaka knew what they were doing with that iconic haircut. Like, why fix what ain't broken? I like his old haircut, too. Because it's iconic. It's more interesting, it stands out, because sometimes something might not be as fashionable, but because no one else is doing it, it makes an impression. And that is valuable. I was sad when I saw Wolfwood, because Wolfwood looked like every single Korean webcomic protagonist ever. That same bowl cut, same build, his outfit was boring. It's just like, oh no, not Wolfwood. And Wolfwood was funny. Wolfwood was Vash 2.0 in the old show. He was, like, really funny. He was a big old goofball. And now he talks like Batman. You give me back the Wolfwood of my childhood, you... He was, like, my favorite character. Ash Lynx and Shorter Wong? He just has, like, a... He just has, like, kind of a fad haircut. Oh, this is the guy from Banana Fish. Yeah, he's hunky. I like him a lot. I mean, it's based on haircuts that people have, I think, in the pop scene, and that's where it's coming from primarily. Yeah, it's just in the front. That's why it's like, it's... The old haircut stood on its own, no pun intended, and the new one is just sort of a product of the times. I'll make this sharper. Like, stand by your design, bro. But I'm sure they wanted it to stand out. And there's always this desire to, like, please the new, young crowd. Unless it looks like things they know they won't like it. Alright. I'm not sure these are as slatty. Let's see. Yeah, those are not actual slats. I misread it. It's just... oops. It's just textured. It's been so long, I have to like recheck all my work here. It's sort of like I'm doing it twice. Shame on me though. I'm sure this is the slinger though. It's gotta be. I'll just make that look a little chunkier for chunk's sake. The other thing about Stampede is that, you know, when it came out, people were mad that Millie wasn't in it. And I saw the criticism of that, and I was like, well, it's only episode 1. There's plenty of time for her to show up. But now we're on, what, like episode 6, and she's still not here, and I'm like, She was another one of, like, you didn't see characters like that anywhere else. And everyone loved her. She's like a super beloved character. You know how weird it is to find, like 6'10" women in anime who just have brown hair? They're not like a demon queen or anything like that. And I'm just like, where is she? And Meryl, I was forgiving of Meryl when I started watching Stampede, but now I'm like annoyed with her because now she seems like... she seems a little stupider. Like she never has her safety in mind or the safeties of others. She just wants to keep Vash around. And it doesn't benefit her in any way to have him around. Like, she was an insurance agent in the old show, right? So it made sense to follow around the guy who kept damaging things. There's the internal logic here. But she's a journalist in Stampede, and we haven't seen her write a single news article on this guy. I imagine it's all gonna happen at the end, and she's gonna be like, "Dear Diary, this is the summation of my adventures with the humanoid typhoon." But that's so long off. She doesn't seem to have any sense of, like, self-preservation. It's always that guy being like, "Don't walk into the gunfire." She's like, "But we have to help the people." It's like this stuff that's targeted to be making her look like she's brave or she's concerned about others, like, is starting to make her look stupid. There's a fine line of that, right? Where characters are trying to, like, get justice for other characters. And if you like do too much of it and you time it too poorly, they just start to look dumb. They start to look like they're actually gonna get people in more trouble. You know, it's like you caring about getting justice for everyone is now a liability. But she had more sense as an insurance agent, and she was also snarkier. Because people don't like insurance agents, so there was always like fun little banter when she went somewhere new, and they were like, "What, insurance agents? Go away." We're investigating your claim. Yeah, it was just more fun. It made more sense. I miss the 90s. And I get that, like, they don't want to make Vash flirtier or skirt chasey because that trope of character is sort of frowned upon now, even though I think he was pretty harmless back in the day. You know, just like tone it down a little bit. It's not like every flirty person in the world died after 2015. Like, they're not dead, and they're not always like disgusting people. It's fun. Flirty characters are fun. Do they not know how to write them? I don't know. But I liked that. I like having a little bit of like sexiness in my anime. But no, we have to have him just like crying all the time. And I don't want to come down on the show super hard because there are plenty of shows that are much worse offenders, but it's like, I liked Trigun. I had expectations about what this show would be, and it's not meeting them. It feels like it was a different show, and then they made it Trigun, like at the very end. A lot of things about Trigun don't feel congruent in Stampede. And I don't know if that's them trying to test out waters on an old IP and trying to like market something before they lose a license for it, or if this is gonna be part of a movement where they revive other old properties. Like, I know that that's happening right now. This is how they do it, right? They take an old property, they put a fresh coat of paint on it, and they try to gauge potential interest in similar things. Like, I know Digimon went through a revival. This show is happening. Lupin has always got movies and shows coming out. That's a thriving IP, but yeah. And of course, as a 2D animator, I worry that it's just gonna be 3D going from out here, which makes me super sad. Not that the animation's bad. The animation in Trigun 3D is beautiful. Trigun Stampede is beautiful, but I don't like it as much. That's just me personally. This boob should be elsewhere. This is a boob that's playing by its own rules. Maybe I should just move her whole chest over. I'll worry about it later. Oop. But it should definitely be elsewhere. Maybe I'll move both of them first, and then the second one later. Because her arm is like way back here, the boobs wouldn't be like grouped together in the front by her other arm like that. That was like the first thing I saw when I came back to this, was like, oh no. That's not what boob do. And then I'll fix the chest in between. Like, I work from screenshots a lot because this game is so detailed, but it really doesn't help you in every case because it's a clipping nightmare. The old ones are just good because they appeal to our human sense of loving artwork. 3D always has like a barrier that it has to break down before it's appealing to people. And it's nuts because ever since like Toy Story, you can go back and you can see how there are so many articles written that are telling you that 3D is good and 2D has never needed that. It's never needed that. The appeal of it never went away. The whole thing with Disney closing down its studios was incredibly short-sighted and unnecessary. A lot of people know that now. It's not because 3D is superior or anything, but like there's always been like they have to propagandize 3D because it's not immediately appealing to everyone. You know, people like drawings. They just naturally do. It's something that humans are drawn to, is like artwork. The other thing is that those old 2D animations, specifically of anime that had like a lot of machinery in them, they are incredible. They're amazing. They're the kind of thing that 3D immediately replaced because it's so hard to do. It's so difficult. That's why if you watch like industrial Sakuga, you don't see any animations that are like beyond like Akira. Like, no one wanted to do it. Yeah, the thing about anime is that it's a business, right? They've got incredible expenses to pay for. They need to have so many people. They need to train the people that they have. So it's very appealing to studios when they can make a lot in a short amount of time. What's appealing about 3D, like in the case of Trigun Stampede, is that they only have a limited number of assets that they have to deal with, right? They make like a couple of really good rigs, and then you can hand them to anyone, and the character will always be on model. You know, you don't have to pay for ink, you get like a one-time software license. And then there are so many people who can learn 3D. Because learning to draw takes years of getting it to that level of the old Trigun shows. Well, no, sometimes there are a lot of shots that you can tell they gave like junior animators and stuff, but there's a risk of material loss if animators mess up. You know, more paper, more ink. And it's like anyone can just learn 3D. And it's still a lot of work. Like, I don't want to downplay it as like the less skill intensive. If anything, like you really need people who are really savvy to do it well and have it stand out. Because like we've all seen shitty 3D animation, right? Like there's definitely a skill ceiling for it. And like the large amount of 3D animation is very average. It doesn't stick with you or anything. Trigun Stampede has incredible 3D animation. I think Studio Orange has some of the best 3D animators in the world. But it's just like... Mappa... I think Mappa might have their bubble burst in the near future. Because they have all these shows they do that are so hyped up, and now when they don't deliver like 200% A+ work, they get so much shit for it. Is Mappa doing Chainsaw Man? Let me look it up. Because Chainsaw Man is like a lot 3D. Yeah, it is Mappa. You're at the brewery? Have one for us. Have a cold one. Yeah, Chainsaw Man is super well animated. Like, and 3D's a good option for them because of all the crowd shots. Right, and all like the monsters. Monsters are hard to make model sheets for, keep on model, animate. Because, when people become animators, they learn how to draw like people, maybe some animals, but like tentacle monsters with lots of eyeballs and lots of mouths, they don't really take a class on that, so we'll get the people who are really good to figure this shit out. And I think they did Jujutsu Kaisen also. Jujutsu Kaisen is, I'm just gonna say it, it's an ugly manga. It's very ugly. I know people who defend the manga, but it's just not pretty. It's not, I don't want to say it's well drawn. It's just sort of like average and ugly. Um and then my understanding, give a chance to other studios. I mean, Mappa's large. They have large staff. And the other thing that a lot of people don't know about anime studios is that they all share staff. Like, everyone has worked everywhere. It's it's not like it's not like they're keeping work from people, because, you might be an animator at what's Kyoto Studio, and then Mappa will hire people at Kyoto to help them finish a project. Like, everyone knows that Akira has like Katsuhiro Otomo's look all over it, but like every anime studio ever worked on Akira. Trigger is in the credits, not Trigger. Gainax is in the credits of Akira. Like, every studio is. And they get lots of help from other people to wrap stuff up. Because they're always behind schedule, right? But Jujutsu Kaisen, beautiful anime that hasn't been back for years. And my understanding, and this is pretty brilliant if I'm right, is that the quality of the manga itself goes way downhill after a certain point in the story. Like, really badly. The bubble is burst. And once that goes up on the air, they're not going to be able to successfully market and merch it as well. So they are just biding their time, letting it be successful, and everyone's favorite anime now, not knowing that, like, when the next season comes out, it's not going to be nearly as good. And it's like, yeah, they might, like, change it and stuff like that, but it's unlikely. I think what's more likely is that they're doing a strategy where they really double down on the quality at the best point in the manga, and then they merch it off of that point, and they don't continue it. They let it be in, like, the golden age of that manga. They're always trying to make anime fast. Like, anime used to be weekly releases. Like, can you imagine? That's sort of why the quality wasn't there for a long time. It's because they were like, make a whole episode in a week, and that's crazy. Yeah, if you make art in a short period of time, the quality can be low. They did a great job with Chainsaw Man. They did. I didn't watch it all, but from what I saw, I was like, yeah, the art's definitely in good hands. They have to give a chance to other studios to make anime. They do. Every studio gets work. Not everything has to be Mappa. Mappa is just getting shows that get lots of views. And then they put out quality work, so people go to them for that quality work. It doesn't mean that other studios aren't making their money. I don't even know that Mappa makes that much money, because the real returns on these projects come from products, they come from merch. It's less views and more merch. I can walk into Target right now, and I can buy Jujutsu Kaisen, like, figure booster packs of characters from the show. And the show has not aired a new episode in, like, 2 or 3 years. I'm not sure it's coming back. Something I would like to see is a new adaptation of Soul Eater. I agree. I know a lot of people who love Soul Eater. I think you might get it too if this trend of reviving old IPs continues. I don't know anything about Soul Eater. I never watched it. I didn't read it. It just wasn't on my radar, but I know other people who have like Soul Eater tattoos and stuff. They love it that much. Like Bleach came back. Bleach came back and it's with the exception of a couple of hiccups, it's phenomenal. It looks gorgeous, and it's like, yeah, we're getting it the way it was intended. It's like, and it looks beautiful. It's got people with decades of experience animating on it, like doing the very best they can. I went back and I watched the old anime, like all of it. It took my boyfriend and I like a couple of years to get through it all. And we watched it with a filler guide and all that fun stuff. And like the Fullbring arc was fantastic. It was gorgeous. And it's like, you know that those people are here for the new Bleach. You can feel their hands on it. Beth said as she drew a boob. Probably shouldn't have said that there. I'm just gonna like take a guess that this guy wants big titties on his character. Just something about I wonder if I could put my finger on why. If only I could figure it out. What is this? I'm gonna get rid of it. I'll redraw the collar. It's all good. Maybe just make the hair not conflict with this. How does this connect on the shoulder? Oh, I'll never know. I'll just put some sort of... There. That goes there now. That'll be our secret. Because that's what it kind of looks like here, but I can't confirm. Can I confirm with the other one? No. No hope. Abandon all hope. All ye. This boob needs a little help. Because this would be... That doesn't look right either. These are some big boobs too. Probably too big. There's like a rope tie in the middle. we'll pull it forward and up, and then it'll make more sense. And then I'll fix the curve on here so it's less square. Pull this up first. I decided to make art a couple months ago. My sister is like my sister, but damn, I should draw more than playing Monster Hunter or Splatoon. Oh, your sister's like your teacher. Dude, draw more. It's good for you. It's hard not to play video games instead of do other things. I get it. Sometimes you need to, if you're someone who enjoys video games, it really helps to look at your life from the context of if your life was a video game. That is a framework that I think is very helpful for a lot of people. Like if you've played Persona 5, right? And it's like, you only have so much time to do things in a day. Be realistic. Once you start this activity, you're going to bed after. Stuff like that. Are you putting your AP points in the right place? Because you won't get them back. You just have to get more. This is a little embarrassing, but once I started doing that, it really helped me. You know, thinking about my actions in terms of a video game and whether or not I was making good choices. I'm actually thinking of like developing a communication system for people who have trouble in like social situations, to think of conversations with real people as like dialogue in a, I don't want to say dating sim because that makes it sound like there's a romantic connotation for everyone you're talking to, but just like dialogue trees. You know, this is the good option, the bad option, and the neutral option. Because, like, I don't think before I speak. That's one of my biggest bad habits. But if I remember to stop and take a step back and be like, am I asking the good option here, or am I asking the bad option that's going to alienate this person? It's very helpful. Like, of course, that's not going to be something that everyone needs, but people who think like me, and I know there's at least a handful of them, might benefit from it. Does that look like really flat? I'm not sure I like the look of that. think they would just be like less supported, right? Because they're coming from an up angle, so they would be more falling. They wouldn't be like the same size as this one. Looks like it doesn't line up in the cup. Put a little more swish on it. Yeah, like that. More swish. In fact, I'm just, maybe I won't do that whole rope tie between her boobs thing. Or at least I'll start over until I know I have the boobs in the right place. Because it's not a big deal to draw a rope. It's just a rope. Be right back, gotta let my dog out. I'm back. Ta-da! I did put too much fur here, though. I did put too much swish. Do you have a favorite anime? Or is it Soul Eater? It's Soul Eater? Yeah. Nice. Do you have a least favorite anime? Just making conversation. I'll pull that down. You gotta go? That's fine, dude. Have a great night. Thank you so much for coming and chatting about anime. That's fine, dude. Have a great night. Thank you so much for coming and chatting about Bye-bye. And it is lonely here tonight. Damn. I wonder if there's like a game I can play by myself. Here in the chat. Or what I should talk about. What to do. Other than figure out this girl's armor. I guess it's just like little plates in between these two ties. Maybe I can just call it a night. I'm almost at an hour. Maybe I will. If anyone is watching this on YouTube later on, long after the stream is over, tell me your favorite My Hero Academia character in the comments down below. I'll just imagine what y'all's answers are gonna be. My favorite character is Fat Gum. I think he's wonderful and a cool dude, and I think he's cute. I think he's a super cool dude. I also like All Might. My dog is destroying my couch. Bo, stop that. I used to watch My Hero Academia like religiously, and now I don't. It got a little fan servicey and a little nothing is happening-y. It sort of felt like the show said what it wanted to say, and then it just kept going. I like the movies and stuff. I didn't see the Villains movie that everyone was hyped for, but I heard disappointing things about it. Haven't seen it for myself. My gosh, you can't get comfy! Bo! Poor baby Bo. Maybe I'll end this just so I can help him out. Let me turn the boob lines off. Turn off this backing. Yeah, that's looking good. IMO. I think the fluff around her boobs is a little stiff. That's the problem with the liquefy tool, is that it just destroys the quality of the lines. If you want a job done right, you gotta do it yourself. Fine, we'll do it. We'll do it ourselves. Whatever you say. Yeah, that looks a little more natural. That's too spiky now. Just put more. Like, the lines don't have to be so hard here. But I'm doing the same thing. Okay. Round. Me, you doofus. Holy moly. Learn. One second. Wrong one. There we go. Okay. How does that look now? I guess that's how it's climbing up now. In here. What day is it? Tuesday? Maybe that makes sense. Well, even if there's no one here, this keeps me a little more accountable with my commission schedule, so I'm gonna keep doing it. No biggie. I'll hang out with me. Oh, it looks so lumpy though. Why can't I get that right? Maybe it just doesn't naturally need a whole lot. Show me the reference. Computer! Yeah, they go up, so maybe that's what's throwing me off. It's like they just wouldn't have a whole lot of rounding on the wrist. I could be totally wrong. Yeah, shouldn't it be more like that? And do they taper out? Not really. Okay. Okay, so that's the problem. Round 2, here we go. Round 2, maybe more like round 6 or 7. Big oof. Oh, but now we're in danger of the nip slip. I guess I'll just pull it up. Because it's not cut that low. It's not that cut low, and also this hunter is not super endowed, but that's fine. He had references of his character. Let's see his character's chest. She's chesty. Okay. I remembered correctly, and I suspected correctly. I can try to angle it, but Clip Studio will probably like crush the quality the minute I tilt it. Oops. Wait. Why'd you do that? Why'd you get rid of my... Are you bugging? Are you bugging out? Are we stuck? Oh. What the heck did you grab? Deselect. Man. Yeah. That... I'm gonna hear from people that looks exactly the same, but that looks better to me. As long as I tidy this up. I think that's better. And the hair is going in the more correct direction. It's a little more fun. It's hard not to do whatever you want with hair because hair is so forgiving. But ultimately, you know, the outline of where the hair is going and the shape that it makes will betray you if you don't take care of that. At least I feel it will. I think a lot of people don't notice this stuff, but I care. I care, I want to get it right. Boob goes in the foreground here, then here. And it's my hero, we can have more spikes. My Zenogre Academia. Not that much though. There. We did it, we got one tit done. Alright. Should I, No, I'll save this boob for later. That looks good, though. That looks good to me. And then her... This... I guess this is technically still, like, Zenogre parts, so I'll... Oh, no, that looks uninspired as heck. This might be a piece here. Is there another ribbon at the top of it? Is that what I'm seeing? Okay, it is ribbon, so I don't need to be so harsh on that shape there. Assuming that this piece is just like this piece. It may not be, but I'll gamble on it. Put a little more oomph. Yeah, that looks okay to me. I think I'm gonna call it here, guys. To the one streamer who could be me. To anyone who's watching right now, thank you so much for stopping in to watch. I'm probably gonna do more of these commission streams. I'll see how they do. And then I'll wait for judgment at the very end if they're super unpopular. Maybe it's not meant to be, but we'll see. It could just be the time slot that I picked for today. All y'all, have a great night. I'll see you next time.